back with season 3 and we have Pankaj Tripathi returning as Madhav Mishra and filmmaker Rohan Sippy returning as well. Hello and welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, what made you return for season 3? What brought you back?
I think I enjoyed season 2 obviously, and a chance to work again with the same team from Pankaj ji, Applause, BBC, and it's a really interesting genre that I like watching as well. So it was great. 4 or 5 years ago, I believed that we could do content like this. So getting a chance to be a part of it, I couldn't resist. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it is one of the very few courtroom dramas that we have on OTT or on Indian television. Pankaj ji, your character has had quite some growth from season 1. You've also had quite some growth as an actor from season 1. Both of you are going up and up. Arc ऊपर ही जा रहा है.
जी.
So similarities तो हैं ही.
हाँ 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 बिल्कुल है. मैं माधव एक्टिंग का माधव मिश्रा हूँ.
No, not so much जुगाड़. And I think Madhav had it slightly tougher.
हाँ हाँ. मेरी जर्नी भी माधव से टफ ही रही है, ऐसा नहीं है.
No?
बट यस, माधव थोड़ा ज़्यादा जुगाड़ू है, इंटेलिजेंट है, मैं उतना नहीं हूँ आम जीवन में. माधव कहीं भी किसी से रिश्ता बना लेगा, घुस जाएगा, बट मेरे से नहीं हो पाता है.
बट बिकॉज ऑफ नेसेसिटी, क्योंकि उनको करना पड़ता है. आपको तो यू आर मोस्ट वांटेड.
वांटेड बनने के पहले वांटेड नहीं था ना, तब तो जरूरत थी इस स्किल की, बट तब भी नहीं हो पाता था.
Just same as Madhav Mishra, but now both of you are very wanted lawyers. This time it is juvenile delinquents who are on the spotlights on them. So, how did you come about this idea, and why did you want to tell this story?
I mean, like I said, I mean, it's really Applause and BBC that determine the bigger strokes of the story and the adaptation. So, but I think it was the natural thing, because one season dealt with a male suspect, second was a woman, Kirti Kulhari, and now a juvenile became another new aspect, so it gave a freshness. So the themes keep evolving in the show, and at the same time you keep the strongest elements, which is an impossible case. You know, Madhav confronted with someone who looks very much like the suspect that is going to be guilty. And yeah, it's a lovely balance, because you have this amazing central spine that continues with Madhav, and his personal life that each year gets fleshed out a little bit, and a whole new set of characters. Last time we had wonderful actors like Jishu, Kirti, so many of them, and now this time we've got Purab, Swastika, Adinath, so many, the kids who've done a great job, Shweta, who was fantastic in the courtroom scenes. So it's a lovely and a very organic way. You know there are going to be new elements each time, and you know you're familiar also each time. So it's a lovely balance, I think.
Yeah, and as a viewer also, it's so much fun to return to a show where you already know some characters.
Exactly.
But some of it is new, So it's an absolutely new conflict. And for an actor like you, I don't know, we just feel like you slip into every role easily. So when you come back for a third season, I think longest now Mirzapur is also season 3. This is also season 3. This could be your longest running role so far. So what was the bond that you form, and does it get easier with every season for you?
हाँ, easier होता है, आसान होता है. और फुकरे 3 भी आएगी, तो 2-3 3 चल रहा है.
हाँ, hat trick, 3 threes,
3 3 तो यस, हाँ, लेकिन उतना मुश्किल नहीं होता है. माधव मिश्रा बहुत करीब है मेरे, और तो मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा, मैं वो बोलूँगा कि मैंने बहुत मेहनत की, तैयारी की
नहीं लगे. हाँ,
तो खुद ही मुझे मालूम है. हाँ, मेहनत वहाँ लगी जब बड़ी बड़ी कोर्ट रूम में लाइनें थी, बोलनी थी, और मुझे याद नहीं होती हैं लाइनें. तो वो मेरे लिए टफ था कि इसको याद कर लूँ, क्योंकि कोर्ट रूम ड्रामा है, अपने मन से नहीं बोल सकता. अगर वो सीन होते तो मैं उसको भी अपने लायक बना लेता. बट वहाँ सिर्फ कंटेंट, मतलब सिर्फ कंटेंट नहीं है, A to Z लीगल टर्म्स बहुत सारे हैं. तो वो टफ था याद करना, बाकी कुछ
मुश्किल नहीं था. यू मेक इट लुक इजी आल्सो, सो नो पॉइंट्स इन वेरी चैलेंजिंग फॉर यू.
ऑफ कोर्स एक्टिंग इटसेल्फ टफ जॉब है, तो वो क्राफ्ट का काम है जो देखने में इजी लगे. लेकिन इस कैरेक्टर को प्रिपेयर करने में मुझे कुछ
you didn't have any problem. Don't, what was the biggest challenge for you as a director? Were you trying to be very factual? Like, was this a courtroom setup?
No, this is no, it was a different courtroom, but I think we try to make it look natural, so it should feel realistic enough. I think we're not trying to do a documentary, and certain filmmakers do a great job with that also. we're trying to make it drama, but believable. You know, at a pitch that is I think feels naturalistic is the best way to put it. But I think we were never shy of taking dramatic liberties.
Yeah.
It's not about just because the Indian justice system has its own character, and it is. I don't think we can capture that even in 8 episodes or something. So there's you have to obviously take license and find the right tools to tell it, because finally it is fiction, and that's what I'm comfortable with. You know, so I think that was our approach, to find a balance where it doesn't stick out to you, that it feels like it's. But I think you don't try to be realistic just for the sake of being realistic. You know, if you have to choose, you'll go for the drama, and because you want to engage audiences, and hopefully along the way they'll see some aspects, they'll learn a few things like we learnt about the juvenile justice system. You know, like even for the fact that now they call children in conflict with law, right? That is that's the actual expression. You know, so that's little things, but it's all part of our learning, and hopefully that also gets transmitted when we make the shows like this.
You know, only recently in movies you see such sprawling courtrooms. Only now I recently found out that courts are actually this small only. इतने छोटे होते हैं, and the distance is very less from the judge to you know, to the people in the stands. But do you know all the legal terms now? You know what this is, a dock.
कटघरा.
अब जान गए हैं.
Oh, now you know, is it? What is this? What is this?
कटघरा.
हिंदी में कटघरा बोलते हैं.
Oh, और
वो इसका कुछ नाम नहीं है, इसका तो जज का डेस्क है अपना, वो ऊपर का.
और वहाँ पे माई लॉर्ड बैठते हैं.
हाँ, माई लॉर्ड वहाँ बैठते हैं.
So what is the Hindi term for accused?
आरोपी.
आरोपी.
अभियुक्त. कठिन में चाहिए तो अभियुक्त.
Oh wow.
अभियुक्त संस्कृत निष्ठ हिंदी है, आरोपी ऐसे बोलचाल में है.
Then who's दोषी?
दोषी.
if you're convicted.
दोषी तो कन्विक्टेड, अगर कन्विक्टेड होने के बाद दोषारोपण हो गए, कन्विक्शन को दोषारोपण बोलते हैं. और कन्विक्टेड.
गिल्टी.
दोषी कह सकते हैं.
अपराधी
नहीं, अपराधी.
क्रिमिनल.
अपराधी is criminal. So guilty is also दोषी only.
हाँ, guilty मतलब वो.
Hindi is also mixed. There's some Urdu ones. There are some coming from Sanskrit. So there's
दोषी.
दोषी बोल सकते हैं. What about plaintiff? Plaintiff जो कंप्लेंट देते हैं. I don't know if this is the right word I have. Is it वादी?
वादी. हाँ.
करेक्ट है.
वादी.
तो डिफेंडेंट कौन है?
डिफेंस की टीम जो
so defendant is the same as the accused.
बचाव पक्ष.
एंड ट्रायल?
मुकदमा या.
हाँ, ट्रायल मतलब हाँ मुकदमा ही.
और इज इट जांच? What is
जांच is investigation.
Janch is investigation.
जांच इन्वेस्टिगेशन.
Oh, you guys got all of it right. And this one's so easy. Proof is?
सबूत.
Proof.
सबूत.
So okay, so these are the easy ones. But what are the legal, inside knowledge that you acquire during the course of the show?
नहीं, क्योंकि अपनी एक इसका प्रोसेस है, कैसे करना है. टर्म्स तो है ही ऑफ कोर्स. कई जगह पे कुछ आईपीसी के अलग अलग धाराओं का उल्लेख करना होता है, तो उसमें आप उसी को बोलना होगा कि आईपीसी फलाने के तहत, ढेकाने के तहत.
So if he instead of in a long scene, instead of IPC 404, he says 534.
नहीं ऐसे
No,
नहीं.
you'll make him redo it.
तो कुछ भी बोल रहे हैं. नॉट आईपीसी, जो कहानी को बयां कर रहे हैं, जिस फॉर्म में लिखा गया है उस लाइन को.
more than the IPC की बात नहीं है. Actually getting the structure of the argument correct.
Structure of the argument भी correct होना चाहिए.
Long speeches going 2-3 pages at a time. So one switch.
Even ऊपर नीचे, and also I think it's important to know when to talk, when to take your pause. All of that is also factored in, right?
Yeah, that's, I mean, of course, all the craft, which I think
that is not a pauses वाला
issue नहीं है.
मेमोरी इशू है यार. और याद उसी फॉर्म में, जिस फॉर्म में लिखा गया है, क्योंकि उसमें हम अपने डिफेंस बचाव करना है, कुछ आर्गुमेंट देना है, किसी और से क्रॉस क्वेश्चनिंग करनी है. तो एक टाइम पे 3 चीज़ें चलती थी. एक सवाल किया, एक वीडियो दिखाया, कुछ बताया, फिर मुश्किल होता है.
Yeah, then we had to shoot that. So now covering that in a court becomes even more complicated. Now you can't make them do it again and again and again, because you have hundreds of pages to cover, and so that was the other big challenge, is in terms of for the crew to
प्लस
make sure we
शूटिंग
could.
टाइम भी कम होता है थोड़ा कि इतने देर में इतने टाइम में इतना कर लेना है तो टास्क बड़ा हो जाता है.
And I think उस टाइम पे वापस वो एक कोविड का फेज चल रहा था
Yeah.
January when we
Again, there was
started.
COVID.
So all those uncertainties, but it's
But
all-
on the plus side, it's a show that everyone's been waiting for. Everyone wants to watch it. Did you make this show just purely entertainment, or do you want it to have any impact at all? Any impact in any way?
I think just the fact that this genre can get more popular itself is a good impact for us.
Yeah.
If there's some aspects like if people start thinking about whether it's last season about domestic violence, in this season it's about how a family is affected by two trials. Right? There's a trial and there's a media trial. So maybe hopefully people will just step back for a second and see, okay, by the way the world goes on and creates these things, there's another kind of pressure that builds up. So I think the hope is that these broad things, but our job is to entertain finally, and hopefully that entertainment can provoke questions, but that's really up to the person watching to be able to take them on. I don't think we should ever preach things, but for us, satisfying. If you can put things in there, they're not Easter eggs, but they're there, and if people pick up on them, it's great, you know.
Oh, that's always lovely when you embed like a few things in there for the audience.
Yeah, and that, I think Pankaj ji ke saath we used to often throw in a one line or something, which is not even related to plot, but for us it's a statement to make. Now whoever catches it, catches it. You probably didn't catch it last season. There were quite a few. See.
Oh, now I'm feeling bad. Now maybe they're just lying to make us rewatch it, making us feel bad. I don't know what was it. It's been 2 months. I remember a few things. I haven't had the chance to see this, but has Madhav Mishra moved his house now? So there's a nameplate also.
Nameplate आ गया, लेकिन
घर वही है.
घर
वही है. Is it still organized chaos? All those files and all.
घर में एक साला भी आ गया अभी.
अब एक साला भी आ गया
पटना से.
Oh, I really love this wife's arc as well. That whole beauty parlor.
Yeah, then there's WFH also.
There's going to be like a new set of domestic challenges as well for Madhav Mishra. Sir, आपके कोई domestic challenges? We used to do so many interviews during COVID, and I remember one constant was your doggy. He would always, he was a constant guest on our interviews, and every time we'll just be like, Pankaj sir, and sir will be like, and his daughter would also want to use the room, and he'd be like, no, but I'm doing the interview, but his daughter would be like, no, even I want to be here.
तो अभी मैंने अब एक इंटरव्यू और जूम कॉल के लिए अपना ऑफिस घर के बाहर बना लिया है. जब ये घर के डिस्टर्बेंस नहीं होगी तो उधर ही करता हूँ मैं दूसरे बगल में.
So we had a whole Pankaj Tripathi explosion where you were like, like they say, Aloo in Khana. You were there everywhere, and we loved seeing you everywhere. Now what's going to happen after the pandemic? Are we still going to be lucky enough to have Pankaj Tripathi ji and see him everywhere on theatrical, OTT?
नहीं, everywhere नहीं, अब थोड़ा कम काम करूँगा. बहुत too much हो गया है, क्योंकि मैं खुद ही बोर होने लगा हूँ. कई बार लगता है कि बहुत हो गया यार, मुझे आराम चाहिए, छुट्टी चाहिए, तो थोड़ा कम करूँगा. ऑफ कोर्स थोड़ा सेलेक्टिव होऊंगा आने वाले समय में.
Yeah, but what is that one role that you're waiting for? Now you've done most.
I'm
times.
waiting for nothing.
You don't want any role. Waiting for आराम right now.
Waiting for आराम, बस रेस्ट मिले, घूमने को मिले, अच्छा खाना मिले.
You binge watch shows. We all sit and we're getting fat watching your shows and movies.
नहीं, इस बार मैं खुश हूँ कि एपिसोड में आएगा 2 एपिसोड.
हाँ.
तो किसी की नींद खराब नहीं होगी.
Yeah, that's actually going to be nice to have.
No, it's the worst. As a viewer, you want to watch all of it together. How you can keep waiting for every week? That's not fair.
How we did for the last 50 years. Television का यही magic था. And then you talk about it for 1 week. You talk amongst yourself. क्या होगा? क्या नहीं होगा? And that social aspect will come back.
फिर आप सिर्फ OTT नहीं देखेंगे, आप बात करेंगे. अरे तुमने देखा क्या उसका 2 एपिसोड? नहीं तो क्यों कच्चा? ये बढ़िया अच्छा लग रहा है, अब देखो नेक्स्ट वीक क्या होगा. तो ऐसे बातचीत भी करेंगे.
No, sir. Now it's binge watch. Now ऐसे drop कर देते पूरा season to drop like that.
No. आप रात को सो.
Look at the West. It's going back to that.
Yeah, that's
the biggest
true.
shows अभी सब एक हफ्ते में
Severance and all of that.
नहीं, हॉटस्टार और हम दोनों चाहते हैं, हम सब लोग कि लोग 2 एपिसोड देखें और सोएं. फिर अगले हफ्ते करें. हम सेहत का ख्याल है.
Okay, early to bed, early to rise, so that we can be fresh for the next 2 episodes. Super. Thank you very much for
Thanks, Shilpa.
talking to me. And Best of luck for season 4. We're already waiting. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.